game. It's a fun game. I'm enjoying sitting at night watching my own. People always say, "What's my favorite show on TV?" I say, "Watching the Joe Franklin Show."
Yeah, I guess you didn't watch it while you were doing it, so now you finally get to see it.
Right. And I never had a talent coordinator. I rarely read a book. If I saw a book, I could read the back of the cover. There was a guy named Barry Gray who was like that. Barry Gray never read a book. He just would ad lib and did a fantastic job. I think that the future, as they say, lies ahead. What they would call profanity. I said things on the air that got me censored. You hear about Howard Stern and guy makes $500 million in one day. I got to work 2 weeks for that kind of money, right?
Yeah.
But I was the first one to.
Did you know, if you would have known you just have to sit there and swear and have naked women on your show, you would have done that a long time ago, right?
You couldn't say the word pregnant. You had to say with child.
Wow.
And I broke the ice in many areas. Today it's all news all the time. When I was a kid, you got 1 minute of news and 59 minutes of entertainment. So things have.
I don't know. The way the news is, I think I'd like to go back to the entertainment.
Things have evolved.
Yeah.
It's a fun game. But the fact that I was my own talent coordinator, I mean, that I think is what I'm proud of. You asked me what I'm proudest of in my career. I think it's that I was able to choose my own guests, my own people, and in that sense, I never had a boss. I never had a boss.
Could you visualize your life doing? Did you ever sit back and say, "Well"?
What else might I have been or done?
Yeah.
Or, no.
You went to college, didn't you?
Oh yeah.
I mean.
Yeah. I got to confess, I didn't graduate. I went to Columbia for 2 years, and then I got so busy. I was on TV 3 times a day, early morning, midday, and late at night. I was the first one to go on late at night. People said to me, "Joe, who's going to watch TV late at night?" I said, "I want to." I dominated the ratings at 9 o'clock in the morning on Channel 7, and then who came on? Donahue, Phil Donahue. He got very famous. He sort of knocked me out of the first place box. So then I asked to go on late at night, and they gave me the nighttime spot. So I think I innovated many procedures in TV.
So were you going to college? You weren't going for broadcasting, though.
No, I wanted to be a writer. I was studying journalism, so it came in handy.
Yeah, so that worked well with what you did with your show.
My best friend when I was a kid was Tony Curtis. We're still in touch. And remember the movie called Houdini?
Mm-hmm.
He played Houdini the magician. So,
where'd you grow up?
I was born in the Bronx. I think it was who wrote that famous poem. Ogden Nash wrote the world's shortest poem. He wrote, "The Bronx, no thanks." And I moved to Yorkville when I was a kid. I moved to East 79th Street, which is now, I think, called James Cagney Way. James Cagney lived on that block. And my father went to school with James Cagney. There was the graduation picture together. And I mentioned how I got James Dean on my show that time with James Cagney, through my father. And it's just a question of being aggressive, as I said, be assertive. And when I think of the people, well, Barbara Streisand was my singer 40 times. People would warn me, "Joe, don't put look at that face. Who's going to watch Barbara Streisand?" So one day there was a man watching named Harold Rome, who was producing a show called "I Can Get It For You Wholesale." And he called up the studio, and that was the beginning of Jackie. There's a man named Will Jordan, did the first impression of Ed Sullivan on my show when I was on Sunday nights. The phone rings. It's Ed Sullivan on the phone. Everybody gets so scared they start to shiver. Ed Sullivan, he was just impersonated by Will Jordan. We're all going to get sued. We're all going to get fired. So Ed Sullivan gets on the phone. He said, "I want to speak to Will Jordan." And Will trembles. "What do you think Ed Sullivan wanted?" He said, "Will, I want you on my show next Sunday night to impersonate him." So, I've got a lot of happy little incidents like that. Some people didn't like me, got up and walked away. Out of 500,000 guests.
Who? Name one.
Oh, so many.
Who walked away?
Rosemary Clooney, who's a great lady who died recently. I said, "Miss Clooney, I saw Jose Ferrer last night in Man of La Mancha." She said, "We're not married anymore, Charlie." I said, "I didn't talk about the marriage. I just wanted to tell the world I didn't know your ex-husband was such a good singer." She gets up, she says, "Goodbye, Charlie," walks off the set.
Charlie.
Jerry Lewis, one time, I said, "How's Dean Martin?" He says, "No wonder they called you the nostalgia kid. Don't you know we broke up 10 years ago?" He took a swing at me, So,
no way.
Yeah, oh yeah. But no, we're very close friends now. And he just, sometimes he was up at 9 o'clock in the morning to come on my show that time, so he was a little grouchy, And I had an actor once named Robert Strauss. Ernest Borgnine didn't like me because I didn't know how to pronounce his name. He was a big star. I said Ernest Borgnini.
Okay, well, I could sit here and talk to you all night, Joe. I think I'm being told that.
Well, when the show ends, let's keep on talking to you for 4 or 5 hours, right? This is only the warm-up. It's only the rehearsal now, right?
That's right. Oh, are we taping?
So invite me back for part 2 after about a year from now, will you?
Okay.
Got more that I want to say.
Okay.
All right?
I thank you. I love you.
And happy broadcasting and happy motivation. People always ask me, what's their motivation? I say, your motivation is your paycheck on Saturday night, right? That's the motivation.
Okay. Well, thank you, and we'll see Joe back in a year. And thanks for coming to visit. Here's Lisa. Bye.
Bye. That was really nice.
Thank you.
That was very good.